Alrighty, so welcome everybody. Today, what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be showing two documents. What the documents are, the first one is going to actually be how to calculate your cash flow on a monthly basis. I'm going to go through that document here in just a moment. And then the second document is going to be how to calculate your net worth. And so, further ado, let's go ahead and dive into it. I'm going to go ahead and just share my screen. So start off with the first document. This is going to be the monthly cash flow. So this document is going to have every single thing that you need to punch in order to calculate it. So what you want to do is you want to just start off by, of course, writing your name and date. I recommend doing this every 1 to 3 months, or on a bigger scale every 6 to 12 months. This will just help you notice how your budgets are so that you can calculate where to put money to and where you're losing money or vice versa. And so we'll start off with the top part. It's going to be your income section. Basically, you want to put your income and your spouse's income or any other income that you receive. This could be alimony. This could be investments that you have from certain things. It could be anything basically that counts as an income, as a plus. The second part is pretty self-explanatory in terms of fixed expenses. This is going to be anything that you pay on a monthly basis that's pretty much at a fixed rate. And when I say that, I just mean like, you know that your rent is going to be a certain amount every month. So you just put that on the line here. And then of course you go through all the other details and you put how much you have in total. At the bottom, you just want to add everything up. You want to place it over here. The second one is going to be variable expenses. So these are just things that can fluctuate and change as the time goes. Of course, with each month, we pay a different amount for food, clothing, stuff like that. So what my rule of thumb is to try to figure out what your last 3 months were, if you're starting off with this today, and then do the averages from that. And then from that, you can actually, like I said, on a monthly basis, if you want to, you can calculate and see how much you're spending. And then, like I said, at the bottom here, you add everything up. Now, the main equation that you really need is once you figure out your income and you add everything up. By the way, this is on a monthly basis and this is before taxes, because you do put taxes in as your fixed expenses unless you work a commission job. If you work a commission job, take the last average of the 3 months. Once again, same thing for taxes as well. And then you take your income, you subtract it by the fixed expenses, and then you subtract it by the variable expenses, and from there you'll be able to calculate how much your monthly cash flow is beyond what you have for income and what you have for expenses. The second document is going to be for your net worth. This one is going to be a little bit harder, considering that you do have to figure out the value of some of the things that you have depending on what you have. But the top part here is going to be your assets. So this is going to be the things that you actually have value of. So of course, accounts, anything that you have for investments, insurances, homes. This would be for depending on the value of your home as it is in today's market. I'll have a link for some of the things I recommend to get like I guess it's an okay way of looking at it, but of course the best way of doing it is getting an appraisal. But there's other tools online that you can use to try to get an estimate. Same thing with automobiles. The only way you can really do that is if you have an appraiser look at the vehicle and see the current condition it's in. But if you look at some of the tools and punch in some of the information, you can see what the value is worth. If you have other personal belongings as well, you want to punch those in as well. At the bottom here, you do want to add everything up and place it over here on the line 1. And then for expenses, this is going to be, I actually have to change that. This is going to say liabilities. But other than that, though, pretty much same thing. What is the amount owed for everything? And so this is going to be like home mortgage, how much the full amount of the mortgage is. If you have other properties like a cabin, or if you actually do have investment properties, you want to put that amount here of what you actually owe on the loan. Same thing with automobile, installment plans, credit cards, anything that has an outstanding bill where you technically owe it. You pay it either on a monthly basis or whatever term that you have created. That's where you want to put in the liabilities. And once again, once you have all those numbers here, you want to add them all up, and you want to add it all up, and place it over here on the line 2. And then for the equation to figure out your net worth is as simple as taking the first line and subtracting it by the second line. And with that, everyone, I know that was pretty quick. I am going to upload this to YouTube. One thing I do recommend is probably going down into the playback area and doing like whatever speed accommodates to your listening style. You can either speed it up or go a little bit quicker. I don't know how I really did, so if it was a little bit quick for you, you can slow it down, or if it wasn't quick enough, you can speed it up. But other than that, though, if you do have any questions, you can reach out to me. Both these documents are supposed to help you figure out, like I said, either cash flow or your net worth. I do recommend doing these on a periodic basis so that you can understand your personal finances, and then you can really know where to go from there when you make bigger plans to purchase either bigger things, or if you want to start making different types of expenses like vacations or new vehicles or anything like that. You'll be able to see how your assets and liabilities are before you do so that you know if you're in a positive or negative before you make that next big purchase or big move or whatever it is. So thank you once again. I appreciate it. This is Darius at Don't Be Darius, signing out. Peace.